tools to actually start fights. And speaking of engage, Mad Lions are going to round their comp out with the Ornn. Very strong tool. We've been hearing a lot of pros talk about how right now it's one of the safer topside picks because of how well it does into many matchups. It looks like Mad are going for a bit of an invade onto the enemy red buff, which they should be able to steal away, but this is fine for Jankos. He saw Shadow walk across the mid lane, so he knew what Shadow was up to. He has pressure in the bot side, and they should look to rotate up, but they're actually going to stay in the 2 versus 2 for now.
Oh, the smite comes down. Jankos is the one to secure it. Lands the cocoon, and Shadow has to run away for
opportunity to look for a play.
Mickey going in with the hook once again. The unbreakable shield has been put up by Kai'Sa, but the last invade will lock him in place. And for the time being, both Kazi and Kai'Sa should be able to get away. You can see stepping in, trying to get some vision down is something we've seen for the last few years of League of Legends.
Also something Mickey and Jankos did a lot of last year. Arome struggling once again under the pressure, but now Shadow sees his opportunity.
Call of the Forge God. Wonder flashes away from it, and now Wonder perhaps looking to dive the towers. Pop the world ender, but the Ignite is ticking. Arome flashes in, lands the Brittle, and there is the first kill of the decade in the LEC. There's the second! Mad Lions ripping through G2.
They find 2 quick kills. Jankos wants to try and answer back, though.
Jankos coming in, but Kazi, look at the damage you get! The crescendo just shredding through Caps. Jankos coming in with the cocoon, but Kai'Sa is there to body block. Jankos going to try and get away, but he can't escape. 3-0 Mad Lions!
And this is a perfect early game for Mad. Even able to get that kill onto the jungler, but now G2 on revenge.
One more, there's the concussive blows. Look at the damage coming out of the Glacial Fissure! Get a Felios! Just get a Felios!
This gave him a max range Crescendum auto, but the action's not over yet, Medic.
Wonder doesn't have flash, he's going to be knocked up against the wall. The alcove kicks him back, and Shadow should be able to secure the kill pretty easily here. It's 5-0 to Mad Lions, we're only 10 minutes in. Mad Lions players with experience on the LEC stage. However, here comes Perkz trying to catch our Humanoid. Death Squad's going to pull him back. He's in the realm of death right now. Perkz flashes away. Humanoid looking to get away as well, but the cocoon's going to land onto Shadow towards the top side. Humanoid low down towards the bottom. Shadow able to get away. Humanoid should be done for. Healing up for an absolute massive amount of health, but in the end, Caps gets G2's first kill.
Going to be used by Humanoid.
Humanoid's just caught under the tower. Dawning Shadow comes out. There's nothing you can do about that. G2 with a good reaction play, knowing that Mad Lions were down towards the bottom side.
They need to be proactive to get back into this game. Of course, Mad not slowing down. They will answer by pushing in the mid tower and the bot. Here comes Wonder on the play.
Wonder's on the side, but Kazi flashes forward, and now this is where you see the power of a Felios. Still doing damage. Wonder manages to strike him down and gets away. Kai'Sa should be able to dodge back towards Shadow here. Well played by Wonder to get out of that one alive.
Pressure that Mad has been putting down in this early game.
And you can see Shadow, this is just way too far forward. Depth Charge's going to connect, and Jankos actually kicked that great flash from Shadow. Arome's going to open up with Call of the Forge God, and now Mickey trying to get away. Kai'Sa's still stepping forward. They're going to knock him up. There's the concussive blows for a successive stun, and Shadow is on a killing spree.
Finding some successful ganks up towards the top side. We're going to have another look back at this replay. Shadow, as you mentioned, Medic, very overextended. He thinks he has full control over this bot side of the map because, hey, I just saw Aatrox reset. Hey, I have a bot wave pushing in. I should be fine. And if it wasn't for Kai'Sa and Arome coming in to save the day, he may well have lost his life. So great stuff there from the solo doing this. Perkz is going to spot him out.
Shadow jumps across the wall, manages to escape, can jump back in. There's the Sonic Wave. Jankos is around the corner. Kai'Sa is just trying to act as a bouncer. Jankos gets it in the smite fight, then goes up in the rappel, jumps onto Shadow, but Jankos is done for flashes to make sure he picks up the rip.
Opens up a lot more of the map. It makes it easier to contest objectives because there's just less terrain. Makes it a lot. Oh,
Perkz flashes in, gets a double knockup, but Carlton's done! It was a little bit of a stutter step there by Perkz, but he was able to get the kill, and here comes Wonder from the side. Humanoid in the realm of death will be done for pretty soon. Perkz secures it. G2 strike back in the mid lane.
Get a pretty hefty damage buff on top of potentially the Infernal Dragon Soul.
Of course, Infernal giving you percentage AD and AP. Mad Lions going to try and contest this. The Dragon does go down. Here comes the Call of the Forge God. Looking for Jankos down towards the bottom side. Caps is there as well. Shadow has the flank. It's a 3v4 at the moment, but here is Humanoid. Teleported in. Rips back Mickey into the middle of the fight, and Jankos and Caps are running for the hills up towards the top. A kill over to the Felios. It's a Felios, and he's gone. He's not there anymore. Caps splashes across the wall to get away from Arome, but the Sonic Wave connects, and you have to feel Shadow will be on the chase as soon as he has just that little bit more energy. But there's the last embrace.
Ooh, nice side
locks
step.
him up, dodges away from the Glacial Fissure. That gold gap that was developing here, Vedius. There's only about 200 gold between these two teams, and Wonder's trying to even it out just a little bit more. The Infernal Chariots will pull back Humanoid. The Death Realm is
trapped
there,
in here with who,
comes
Medic?
Mickey. And Wonder still on the chase. Neither of them really doing too much to the other, but there is the Dawning Shadow, and there goes Humanoid. Another kill to Wonder. He's got 2 on the board.
Very strong. She also has a stopwatch available to her. Often we do see, might see another fight right now.
Yeah, Wonder stepping forward. The concussive blows, 2 procs in. There's the third. Mickey coming from the side as well. Call of the Forge God comes out. It's going to land on Mickey and Caps. Maybe the chase is going to continue. Kazi with a Moonlight Vigil lands it from long range, but it's only the Severum. He just gains health from that. Will be able to take out Mickey, but not able to chase any further. There's just such good follow-up as well for Mad Lions with the Call of the Forge God, with Kazi being able to chase people down, and Shadow has done a very good job of positioning in some of these fights as well.
So let's actually watch Kazi here, and notice how he starts with the Q, he builds up chakrams, and then he swaps over to the Crescendo and throws the turret down. You can see how much space he's able to build. He puts the Braum in front of him, he plays very safe, and now he's built up all these chakrams that he can use to run. Even though Mountain I consider one of the weaker ones, still very valuable to have. And
it is Infernal in this game, so it's quite strong.
It is the Infernal as well, so it gives you a lot of extra damage. Here's the fight from Perkz.
Pops the supreme display of talent, but only lands on Humanoid. And now the fight is really going to begin. The Dawning Shadow coming out. There's the Call of the Forge God. Kazi and Kaiser fighting up towards the top side. Caps putting down a lot of damage. Last Embrace is not going to land. Perkz still on the flank position. G2 trying to pincer in on Mad Lions here, trying to catch them like cats in a trap. A Humanoid going forward. The Infernal Chain's going to come out, but Jankos is already down. Kazi's going to have the death charge on him. There was 1 down as well as Humanoid is fallen. 4v4. Wonder going forward. G2 have felt the pain of an Aatrox in this river before, and they're trying to put it down on Mad Lions. Perkz jumping up to the back line. Kazi's still alive, but now he's shut down. It's Caps to take it. He gets 1, he gets 2, and he's looking for more. Perkz on the chase takes another, and G2 will wipe Mad Lions in the river.
Fantastic patience from Perkz.
With that set auto attack speed, isn't going to do it too quickly. And here's the TP. Humanoid hasn't had the best of games. Only did 500 damage in the last fight, but he's looking for Mickey. Jumps in, Death Realm onto Perkz. Humanoid might just die straight away. He's got the shield down. Perkz is taken down. The Baron has fallen. Humanoid still looking for the kill. Gets 1. That's 1 Baron down. Arome coming in as well. You can see Kazi's on the chase. But
Looking very strong right now. They fell behind early. They made a lot of big mistakes. They ended up getting punished. Mad now starting to group up. They want to try and force fights.
Kaiser on the front line. Pops the Unbreakable. Arome looking for the Call of the Forge God. Doesn't land on anyone. Shadow. Wonder's on a rampage. Kazi trying to do what he can with the Moonlight Vigil. He shut down Wonder, but there's the stun from the side. Perkz once again finds the flank. Arome chased out by Jankos. He sinks in his fangs and gets another kill. Humanoid comes out of the realm of death just to go back to the fountain, and G2 are just dismantling Mad Lion. The only thing they didn't get was that championship in the end, but trying to start out a new decade with another win on the board. Wonder stepping forward, Arome going to get ripped back with it. Oh, actually uses the Bella's Breath to get away. Kaiser, though, still on the front line. Locked up with the last in breath. Mickey perhaps a little bit overextended here. He's going to fall first, but the Call of the Forge God coming out. Wonder pops the stopwatch to get away from it. Perhaps G2 have delved a little bit too greedily. The last embrace will stun up.
Instead, they just ran it down mid and they tried to end the game. Right now, they have their eyes set on Shadow.
And Shadow had his eyes set on the Gromp. Good flash away. Doesn't really have too much damage yet, but now this is a great flank position. Kaiser's going to step forward, but the Curse of the Black Mist doing a lot of work here. Wonder trying to get in. Perkz on the he's gone. Goodbye. Wave goodbye to any hopes of winning this team fight as well, Mad Lions. Because you may have stuck together like a pride, but there was no pride in the way that fight went. G2 just shred through them once again. Jankos going to chase down Arome. Arome, of course, has the exhaust from the unsealed spell, but Caps is on his way as well. Extra movement speed from that Curse of the Black Mist, and Arome is going nowhere. Both Perkz and Wonder are pushing in the base. G2 looking for kills, as they always have done, and with the Nexus in their sights, G2 will record the first win of the LEC here in 2020. They had winning ways in 2019, and I'm sure they'll want to continue it. And they had fountain diving ways last year as well. There aren't even the minions going to take this. In the end, Wonder secures it. G2 1-0 in the LEC.
Definitely not a clean game. You can see the head shaking from Grabs. He's a little annoyed with his player's performance. Going down 0-5 within the first 10 minutes, not the way you want to start your split, but they did bounce back well, and you've got to give props to the way in which G2 team fought. Mad, I think, showcasing some of their inexperience as the game progressed. Once they had that advantage, they did get caught out a couple of times. We saw Humanoid making some pretty big mistakes where he was giving over his life, that a lot of the fight setups were not optimal for Mad, and I felt like there was one of those situations where G2 were able to take advantage of their long history, their big advantage in terms of experience.
Yeah, the experience of the
punishing
players.
these small windows. It's something that you come to expect.